Hi, ladies. Oh my God, you all look gorge today.
I know.
I was just about to say the same thing about you, ladies.
Oh, you all do as well.
So humble, Kaza.
It's fine. I wasn't expected back or anything, and I have been gardening all day, so I am a sweaty mess. But you know,
I didn't realize you give compliments to get them. I thought they were genuine.
Just today.
Anyway, welcome everybody to another episode of Hit the Spotlight with Quick Cast. We've got another delicious, sexy VA waiting for us in the waiting room that we're going to be talking to shortly.
And I am very excited to meet and talk to this one because I've just read something about that she did, and oh my God, we need to chat.
Jules, who are we talking to today?
She's so cool. We are talking to the one, the only, Natalie Naudus today. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, Natalie!
I don't know why I did a cowboy thing. Did I do? Yeah! I don't know why I did that.
Just feeling the vibe. Feeling the vibe.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to invite her in so we can talk about her debut novel, Gave the Prey Away, which I love the title.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just her. She's a very experienced audiobook narrator, award winner, all the things. We'll give you the full details in her bio. But yeah, she's going to be coming in any moment. Natalie. Hey, Natalie.
Hey.
Hi, Natalie.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So welcome, Natalie. We're super excited to have you here. So a little bit about our esteemed guest, Natalie. A fave among audiobook listeners, according to BuzzFeed. Natalie Naudus is one of the most popular audiobook narrators working today. She has won an Audie Award, 9 Earphone Awards, and maintains a robust social media following. She lives with her family on a mountain in Virginia. Sounds lovely. Her debut novel, Gave the Prey Away, so good, was listed as Best of the Year by Audible and Book Riot. I mean, come on. So, welcome, Natalie.
Thanks so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Yay.
And because I'm very British, I'm going to ask, do you live near the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Why is that a British question? I don't get it.
I know.
Because we don't really know much geography, and I only know about the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia because my dad was a huge Laurel and Hardy fan, and he used to make us watch, not make, we used to sit and watch all of the Laurel and Hardy, the old black and white Laurel and Hardys, and I think Laurel sings on the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia.
Yeah.
Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yes, so that's what gets
great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love that.
Okay, now we can warm up with a fun little game.
Oh,
all right, let's do
shall
it.
we? Yes. So today's game, Natalie, is called Pray or Play. So we're going to give you a line, and it's either from a devotional prayer book or is it a line from erotic audio fiction?
Amazing. Let's go.
Choice is yours. Right.
Do we have your consent to play? We always need consent.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first one is, fill me with your presence. Is that pray or
Prayer.
play? Oh, that is a prayer.
Boom.
Straight in there.
Uh-huh.
Psalm 16:11, apparently. Fabulous.
Wow.
I know some of it sounds so dirty, but like I recognize that one. Yeah.
It was
was a
some of
lot.
these.
Yes.
Yeah, some of them. Starting off strong. All right, number 2. I surrender to your rhythm.
Oh dang, that's hard. That's what she said.
Be careful.
I'm gonna say prayer book.
It is actually play.
Okay.
And it is from an audio from Bad Influence called Sexual Healing.
Amazing.
Yes, it really
All
is.
Okay, next. Take me completely. I am yours.
Maybe prayer?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Daniel 5:23. Yep.
I need to go to church more often.
I did not think you would get that one at all. I'm like,
No.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Got
a tough one.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Okay, next one. Penetrate me deep inside.
Oh geez. Is that a prayer too? Or is it? It's like it's too obvious.
Oh, smart. Okay.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually thinking about them, a lot of guests, they just don't. They just go, no, straight in. It's an actual thought process now.
It's amazing
Yeah,
though.
that's Proverbs 4:21.
Right.
Wow.
Penetrate me
All
deep
right.
inside. Like that should not be a prayer. It's
Yeah,
consuming.
that's a
I
tough
mean,
one.
there's a hymn. I used to work at churches a lot, and there's a hymn that one of the lines is, "Thy mercies, how tender, how firm to the end." And I would just always chuckle when I would come across that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Honestly, I have never read so many Bible verses in my entire life before I did this game. And I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's not what they taught me in
How-
Sunday school.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, how about the atheist creating this game? Smart.
I know, yeah. Hi.
I love it.
I know. These all sound like Hozier lyrics to me. If you know who Hozier is, these
Yeah.
all sound like lyrics he would
Yeah.
put in his music.
Totally.
Yeah, I get that.
Go on then, Jules. Next one.
All right, next one. I'm longing for your touch.
Let's say play for that one.
It is actually pray.
Okay.
And it is Psalm 42, 1
Wow.
and 2.
Wow.
It's like we're saying this like we know it.
I know, like, come on, Natalie. It's Psalm 40. Like,
Sorry. Jeez.
I went to Catholic school till college. I should know these too. So till high school, I mean, I should know these all too.
It's just impossible to distinguish, honestly.
It
some of them,
really,
yeah.
truly is.
Which is concerning.
It
Yes.
is very concerning.
Okay, two more, Natalie.
Okay.
Please let me swallow.
Oh my God. I think that's in the Bible somewhere, isn't it?
She's on to us. Yep. Genesis 25, 29 to 30.
Yeah.
I
Very
yeah.
good.
genuinely, I had to reread that because I was, no way can that be in the Bible. But yeah, it is.
Yep.
Smudge could have taken some of these out of context. I'm not sure.
The words, I haven't changed any of the words, but what
Okay.
I've probably done is removed them from a sentence. So like a more paragraphy they probably were. And there was lots of haths and doths and twiths and twocks and stuff that was far too obvious. So, okay, last one, Natalie, you'll be happy to hear before everybody rushes out to open a Bible and start reading it. Kneel before me.
That could honestly be both. I'm sure it is both somewhere.
True.
It can be both. This was actually from this was an audio.
Okay.
A Room for One More, part deux.
Nice. Nice.
But yes.
Wow. Okay.
Fabulous.
That's 6 out of 7.
I know.
That's impressive.
Honestly.
Thank you.
If it
Amazing
wasn't for the
job.
fact that I think I would literally burn up the moment I crossed the threshold into a church, I would potentially go and check it out.
Just because of these phrases.
Yep.
Got it. All right, let's
Right.
dive right in, shall we? Now that we've got the
Let's-
warm up out of the
let's-
way.
That was fun.
Oh,
You
good.
did
I'm glad you
awesome.
liked it. You did really well.
Thank you so much.
Can we dive right into the book? 'Cause we-
Please.
Yeah.
Peace.
Okay.
Please.
We have so much to talk about because we loved it so much. So first of all, let's just start with the title, which is fucking epic. Like, Gay the Pray Away. I mean,
Literally gonna
come
get it
on.
tattooed.
It's probably one of the best titles I've ever heard. It
my
is
gosh.
genius.
My
I mean-
girlfriend came up with it actually. so,
Really?
yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
so good. I mean, it's so good. And what was so funny is like, how has someone not thought of it? Like, it's because you always hear "Pray the Gay Away," blah, blah.
Mhm.
And so it was like, it's just so powerful because it's such a great play on that. But then also, it fits the book, like the whole storyline of the book.
Yeah.
It's so.
So
good.
how did your girlfriend come up with it?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a phrase that is actually thrown out sometimes. It just hadn't been made into like a YA book. There is a book by the same name that's like a nonfiction book, I believe. And sometimes it'll pop up on T-shirts and stuff. It's just not it's not as well known as Praying the Gay Away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely, as soon as I read it, the title, it sparked off some conversations in my own head about it. I seem to remember some documentary from years ago that was called Pray the Gay Away, and it was talking about these camps that
Yeah.
parents send their children to, etc. And I was like, but it massively sparked the conversation already before I'd even listened to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Did
It's the type of title that if you're walking by it in Barnes and Noble, your brain sees it, but for a second you're like, wait a sec, did I read that right? Hang
Yeah,
on. It's
yeah.
like it's the ultimate hook to me. It is the
Yeah,
perfect title.
it's gonna make you stop and pick it up.
I'm
for
so
sure.
glad.
Yes.
I hope it works.
Was that the first and only title that you thought of, or was you coming up with others? Was it a previous name?
I had the idea when I was writing it, the working title was Cult Cute, like meet cute, but Cult
Oh.
Cute.
Oh,
That's good too.
That's good too. That is good.
Uh-huh.
Part 2.
And then it had gone through a like more serious title that was This Brave, Beautiful Moment.
Mm.
But when I self-published it, I wanted a really hooky title, so we went with that one, and it worked great.
Worked great.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jules, you were saying that when you were looking on Goodreads or something, like at that moment when you were looking, there were like 100 people reading it.
Yeah, when I was
so
on there
cool.
earlier, yes, I still use the Goodreads app, everyone. When I went on there, it said that 88 people were currently reading it.
Wow.
And yeah, like currently, as I was just looking at information about it,
Yeah.
and that over 9,000 people had just been making the comments about it. So well done.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really
And
cool.
I went on my little Libby app because I thought I want to see what kind of hold or weight there is at the library.
Mhm.
It was going to be 13 weeks
Oh my gosh, really?
before I could get a
Wow.
copy. I mean, I knew I was going to buy it anyway, but I thought, oh my
Wow.
God. So there's a queue.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool too. I'm
That's
like,
so nice
13
to hear,
weeks.
you know, because it just got republished and it's just sometimes it's like throwing it out there and I haven't heard much about it recently. So that's so nice to hear.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. We should probably tell the listeners Gay the Prey Way. So it's about a young woman who stumbles upon a book in a library that opens her eyes to bisexuality, and she struggles to reconcile her religious conditioning, I guess, or upbringing,
Yeah.
with her attraction to another woman. So that's kind of like the premise of the book. Um, well, of course, the first question I have is how much of it is fiction and how much of it is a little bit of your story in there?
Yeah. The plot is fiction. It didn't happen to me like that. I didn't come out until I was in my 30s. But
Mhm.
books were really a part of me coming out to myself and recording so much queer fiction and realizing there's a reason that I was obsessed with these books and drawn to them. And the setting is very much taken from my childhood. I was raised in a very conservative Christian American homeschooling cult. So
Mhm.
if it feels real, it's because it is like the scenario and the kinds of people and the kinds of things that people say and the feelings are very much memories.
Even as I was reading the description about it, about stumbles upon a book, and I was raised in a very Christian family as well,
Mhm.
and very conservative. And the way that I also kind of was like, you know what, there's more out there that I want to know about is when I was in 5th grade, I would sneak books at the library and sneak into the bathroom and read things about women and women, men and men, men and women, and just this whole world that I had no idea about because there was no way for me. I didn't have the internet when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
thought a lot about like how I was ready to have my mind open to new things when I left home. And I think a lot of it was that I did read so much as a kid, even though I didn't have access to a lot. I was in the library reading everything that I could, and I didn't come across any queer books, but I think it
Mhm.
kept my mind like open and flexible and interested in different perspectives and stories.
We're not going to give any spoilers for the book because everyone
No.
needs to read it, but I have a suspicion that there could be another book in the series.
I don't have it planned.
You've got me to the bone. That's cut me.
Dang it.
Don't leave us hanging.
You can't leave it on that.
at all. That's
You
all.
can write fan fiction and decide. I don't know. I
Oh.
haven't planned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Hear that, listeners?
Let me
Fan
know what
fiction.
happens.
Okay.
That's a really good idea, actually.
That is a good idea. My wheels are turning now. I'm like, ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
There was a
love-
few bits in the book that sort of had my, mouth open, and I was just so in there. Bit of context: I don't read books, and this is the first audiobook I've ever read
Oh,
or listened
wow.
to. So, yes, I was absolutely captivated by it, and so I know what my couple of favourite bits are from the book, but sort of were there any parts of the book that you were writing and they, really affected you?
I think when I left home and I went to college and I fell in love for the first time, that was really transformative for me. And I feel like it changed my mindset so quickly that something that I was told was sinful and wrong and was going to lead me astray was actually full of love and healing and affirmation. And so I really enjoyed writing about the relationship of the girls and how love can be so healing and fulfilling. Um, and being loved and accepted and seen is such a healing thing to experience. So it was definitely writing about the girls and their love for each other.
I think one of the most powerful bits of the book for me was, and giving no spoilers away, was the dynamic between Val and her parents,
Mm,
because I think you can adapt that struggle of not being understood
mm,
through sexuality, through what your hobbies are, through your friends that you hang around with. It was
mhm,
sort of quite adaptable to a lot of scenarios, but I just
mhm,
found, not being gay myself, I just felt like how you wrote it. It felt like I was. It felt like, what would I do
mm,
when if I was having that conversation with my parents, or
mm,
how would I feel if I couldn't have the conversation with my parents? It genuinely made me far more empathetic and knowledgeable, I felt at the end,
mhm.
to what those struggles are.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thank you for reading it.
And
Yeah.
I mean, all three of us have now said that we've been affected in some way by
Hmm.
your amazing book. Have you ever heard from your readers or listeners that they've seen themselves reflected in your story in some way?
Yeah, I've gotten emails and messages and um sometimes I do like book conventions and I've met people and
Oh,
that's been the most uh satisfying, affirming part of this
mm,
whole thing has been meeting people who felt seen or felt like they could see somebody for the first time. Um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's been really great.
It's such important, powerful work for a variety of reasons, as I'm sure you know. But that whole saying of it's really hard to hate up close.
Mm-hmm.
And so for someone to read the book and hear the story and you know think about how many people in the world are live through something like this, it does create that familiarity that hopefully creates more understanding,
Yeah.
especially with the world as it is right now, as the understanding seems to be going away in the opposite
Mm-hmm.
direction. So it's interesting, and I think it's kind of cool that you intentionally wrote this book as a YA novel, and with the storyline being that the main character discovers herself through a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you imagine like what it would be like for like a queer kid to be in the library and stumble upon your book?
I haven't thought about that exactly yet, but yeah, that would be amazing.
What was your thought process on writing the book to start off with? What was your expectation, or was it just an
Mm.
outpouring of your own thought processes?
Honestly, I was kind of writing it for myself to just kind of try to heal the parts of me that were told that I wasn't right or good growing up. Um, to kind of look back on those things that I was told and approach it from a healing growth perspective. I definitely wrote it for me at first. And then I had some people close to me read it and they said, "Hey, I think this would really help other people if you put it out there." And it was a tricky decision. I definitely thought about not publishing it quite a few times
Oh,
because it is so personal. I
Yeah.
had somebody ask me, "How do you like separate like protect yourself when you're writing something so personal?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just wrote it. I didn't. I cried a lot. It hurt, you know?"
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so, but I am glad that I put it out there because hearing from people who it's been helpful for has been so
Hmm.
fulfilling.
So when you didn't even think that you were going to maybe publish this, and then all of a sudden it was listed as best of the year by what Book Riot and Audible, were you just like, I cannot believe this is happening right now?
I I think it's still a little surreal that people have read it. What is like a thinly veiled diary, you know?
Mm,
Yeah, but I'm so blown away by the support it's gotten, and yeah, I'm so thankful.
cool. And so to go from like, go from your upbringing and to have to kind of come into yourself and find yourself, and then to go into the audio erotica narration world or voice actor world, how and when did that come to be?
Yeah, it's quite the leap there.
Yeah.
So I have degrees in singing and vocal performance, and it's
Mm,
hard to make money with that. So
mm,
I was working in churches, and I was commuting to a lot of opera rehearsals and teaching a lot of lessons, trying to decide what I was going to do next. And I first got into audiobooks when I realized people could do that from home. My husband got a studio set up in our closet, and I went into the closet and started recording audiobooks. And some of the best, I mean, the best selling genre for audiobooks is romance. And
mm,
so that's how I got comfortable saying things that I had been very scared to even say out loud before. It gave me a
yeah.
lot of like comfort and familiarity with saying things and being more comfortable with sexual material and content, and the idea of people who are consenting adults enjoying each other and there being nothing
Mhm,
shameful about that. And I think I had to really work through my own um, inhibitions there pretty quickly, because if you as the listener are going to feel comfortable and safe listening, I need to feel comfortable. I can't be bringing judgment to the material.
mm,
So I feel like I worked through a lot of that. And then maybe 8 months ago, Quinn reached out to me and asked if I would join their roster. And I had a moment of thinking, well, like I'll do erotic audiobooks, but maybe this is not for me.
mhm,
Um, but I don't think that there's so much of a difference, honestly, between some of the very spicy audiobooks and this format. Um,
mhm,
and I do appreciate that it's I get to do it for queer women, which I really like. I really
mhm,
enjoy that
yeah.
aspect. Yeah, and it's been a great community to be a part of so far.
So what do you tend to, listen or read when you're off the clock? What's your go-to book or go-to audios or
Um, I'll usually just like watch TV or a movie with my kids.
Mhm.
They love zombie movies. Sometimes we'll get into a TV show and watch it. Sometimes we'll watch like a reality TV show and like argue about who's doing what and what's going on. Yeah, but off the clock, that's pretty much it. My kids play ice hockey, so I'm always at hockey games. Um,
Oh,
I
jeez.
used I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks when I was commuting to opera rehearsals, but these days I'm mostly just recording them. And then when I'm off the clock, I'm cooking and walking my dog and gardening and stuff.
All right, so you mentioned that you mentioned your kids, you mentioned your husband, you mentioned your girlfriend. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like, what is that world like to be polyamorous and
Yeah.
have these kinds of relationships?
Yeah. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah, I bet.
Keeping that many relationships in a good place is like
Mm-hmm.
so much work and communication, but it's
Mm,
wonderful. And
yeah.
I got to a place where I was happily married and planning on staying married, but also feeling a little sad part of me that I would never be with a woman ever, that I
Mm,
hadn't figured that out soon enough to ever have a chance at that. And
yeah.
I think a lot of my life has been realizing that the rules that we think are there are not real, and just do what makes you happy.
It's such a major part of the audio erotica industry for
Mm,
us that we've talked about is just how eye-opening it is and how
mm,
awakening it is to not only like different kind of kinks and desires and pleasures, but just as you said, Natalie, like these rules that we've been told, this template for life that you're supposed to follow, go to college, get married, have children, buy the house, blah blah blah. That that's not all there is. And you're
yeah.
not a failure if you choose other things.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you can decide at some point to like disregard what other people think and just
that's
do what
it.
you
Yeah.
want, it's very freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's such a big
That's the
blocker,
hardest
isn't it?
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's
hard.
everybody else going to think about what I like or what I want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah.
about the people who I cared what they thought the most like 10 years ago, and I don't even talk to them anymore. I don't care what they think.
Oh, there you go.
And like, yeah, find the people who vibe with your vibes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I just heard recently someone said, like, if you can't be yourself around the people in your life, you're with the wrong people.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to ask Jules, is that a parking meter behind you?
It,
Oh my God, yes.
oh,
Jesus.
yes, it is.
Okay.
Listeners, I have a parking meter in my house. Yes, when I was 19, my now husband bought me a fake parking meter. I still put quarters in it because when I would bring my car on campus, my sophomore year, there was nowhere to park, and I got so many tickets that they kicked my car off campus for a full year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so it was like a running joke that I always got parking tickets. So, yep, that is my piggy bank
Amazing.
parking meter behind me.
I've been wondering this whole time, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's
So, Natalie, when you
interesting.
stepped in front of the mic and started to do audios, erotica audios,
Mhm.
sort of, did you know you were going to be all right? Was it like was you nervous about it? Were there things that you thought at the beginning you were never going to cover, you were never going to say, that you do? Has it changed much?
I definitely listened to a bunch to like do my research and know what was standard, what was going on. Um, and I wanted to do something kind of different to try to stand out. So I went ahead and got a binaural mic right away so that most of my audios are directional, so you can hear me moving from ear to ear. I thought that would be a fun way to try to stand out. And I have been writing all of my own. But I'm thinking about outsourcing some as well, about hiring some writers just to get some different variety because we do like draw from our own experiences and it's fun to go beyond that. So
So it's
I don't think that I am capable of writing anything as dark as a lot of the dark romance that I've recorded because I am too respectful and kind. Like I like tried to write a toxic audio and I said it to my girlfriend and she was like, this isn't toxic at all.
It's the opposite, actually. You brought me
Toxic
flowers.
people don't apologize that many times. The thing about the process is that my girlfriend edits all of my audios.
Oh,
So
cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, she does the editing for me. So I just record it and send it off to her. So that's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. My wife is the editor for the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And and so she had to get used to me saying things that she's never heard because it's just like we just talk about anything here.
I'm having a good time, honestly. It's fun and like naughty and kind of wacky, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
I noticed that in your audios, like some of the most popular ones are about a woman's first time with another woman. What kind of role do you think audio erotica plays in some women discovering their attractions that are broader than they thought?
I think it's a nice, safe place to explore different things for sure. I think it can feel safer in a lot of ways without a visual, and also more open to imagination. And it can invite the listener in to participate in a way that visual, like pornography, doesn't accommodate. Another thing that I love is I have had people reach out to me who have like male names who have said, hey, is it okay if I comment on your audios? And I'm like, that's fine. And then later I had somebody reach out to me and say that they had decided like come out to themselves as non-binary through listening to female audios, that they felt that they related quite a bit to being a girl. And I thought that that was really special, all the things that people are just exploring and discovering about themselves through the medium.
So when somebody said, here, deliver us a script, Queen goes, deliver us a script, Natalie. And you went, yeah, okay then. And then you write it and then you're reading it out and you got to get down to the nitty gritty of the SFX. How was that?
It was honestly fun and hilarious and very messy. I use a lot of coconut oil and it just gets everywhere.
I can only imagine.
Right?
So
What
everybody
was-
knows when you've recorded an audio because you come out spending like you've been on a beach in Barbados.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I use the coconut oil because it's edible. So I can go from making a noise to using my mouth again. I tried lotion at first and then I was like, I'm stuck. I can only go in one direction from here. Wash my hands. So yeah.
So smart. Upgrade.
Right?
Upgrade.
The things you learn, the learning curve.
I remember because I did so much romance audio starting out. And then I worked really hard to get into more variety of genres because unfortunately there is like a stigma that if you only record romance, you have like kind of a one-dimensional career. So I remember when I got one of my first big fantasies that came in, I searched the word cock, and the only cock that came up was somebody cocking a pistol. And I was like, oh, wow, that's the only cock in this book? Classy.
That's funny.
So now, what's your favorite type of book to narrate?
Yeah.
You know, I love a variety, honestly. I love recording queer fiction in any genre. Sometimes you get really cool mashups. There's a series called Road to Ruin is the first book, and it's like fantasy, mage bikes. It's like Mad Max, but there's a polyamorous throuple.
Okay.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Nice.
And queer romance, queer fiction, it's all good. I like a variety of stuff because I find I get kind of, it gets monotonous if I do like the same genre over and over. So I really do like variety, and I'm really lucky in my career that I get to do a lot of stuff. And I think that's why the audio erotica is fun because it's just something different, and I love variety. So I can go from some really serious literary fiction to wearing a strap on and be like, whatever, you know?
Love it.
Yeah.
Keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing it now?
Audiobooks, probably coming up on 8 years now.
Wow, okay.
Oh, wow.
And then with
Yeah.
Quinn, just since October of last year.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Mhm.
couldn't believe it. You'd only been around for like 8 months.
Yeah. I'm
I
a
know. You
newbie.
seem like such a staple on the app, right? It's like,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's like your name's
Yeah.
banded around quite a bit in the communities, like
Yeah.
as in that you've been around for, since they started.
No,
But
I'm
much
new,
longer.
and they still, I had my contract renewed after the first 6 months, but they review it and renew it. So I was glad that I got
Okay.
renewed right away. That was really nice.
How many narration projects do you typically have going on at once?
So many.
Oh, really?
I record maybe, I mean, if it's like a 10 to 12 hour audiobook, I'm recording about 4 of those a month, about 4 books.
Whoa.
Sometimes more. And then I'm doing 2 quins a month. And then I also run a Patreon with my girlfriend that we write and I record spicy sapphic short stories. We call it Sapphic Sparks. And we actually have our first book out right now, which is an anthology from like the first year of running the Patreon. And we just really have fun with it. It's like we have non-spicy stories, we have astronauts, we have coworkers. We're just like having so much fun writing like tender but spicy stuff together. So we run that too. So I'm always writing and recording, and it's fun. It's a nice variety of stuff. I try to keep it very like I don't ever want to be one of those people running into a scandal with. So it's just very much like people subscribe and they get the one spicy story a month. It's not like me interacting with people a ton. I do really like writing and recording and being a part of the queer community that way.
We will have the Patreon in the show notes, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So in the 8 years, so when you started to now, what have been some changes? What have been the some positives, or what do you think the communities need to work on and these platforms need to work on to promote more queer narrators or audios, or how has it changed?
In the romance audiobook community, it's very very hetero, very male dominated. And when I go to conventions and do signings, a lot of very fanatical women are showing up for the men. And I don't see that as much for the women. That's part of why, I mean, besides being queer myself, that I love recording queer fiction, because it's weird because I want to say female gaze, even though it's all mostly for women. But it just feels less obsessed with men. the audience on Quinn is still mainly heterosexual based on like the view counts on the guys' audios. So I think that there's a lot of expansion to like possibilities. I mean, when queer people get obsessed with something, they like show up. So I think that it may be coming, and I appreciate that they've been spending more money and attention on having queer creators on the app. So maybe it'll happen. I don't know. But I do see that it's still for sure slanted
Oh yeah.
when you look at the views and the features and stuff.
Yeah, totally. We had when we had Alice on a little bit ago, she made a really interesting point about how female listeners, even if you are not interested in women loving women audios at all,
Hmm.
or F for F, that you can still listen and put yourself in the position of the audio creator.
So
Yeah.
if Alice was talking, so if Natalie, you were talking into the microphone, I would take your place. I would
Gotcha.
be you.
Yeah.
Which is very much like a first-person audiobook, you know? Like
Yes.
I'm saying I'm doing this and we're all following along with that journey. Yeah.
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 And I have to say, firsthand experience here, that Alice was completely right, because after she talked to us about that, I went back and I listened to your collab with her with restricted section.
Yeah.
And I did exactly what she said. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing.
But that is a good point, Jules, because you were someone who never listened to female creators because it's just
Never.
not your interest.
Mhm.
But now that you gave it a shot, it's like everyone should just give it a shot.
Yeah,
Enjoy
no, I
it more
love
than
it.
you
I listened
realize.
to Yearning, the one you just put out, Yearning. I
Oh
love,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I
Oh,
love a
Yearning
good,
was good.
oh, it's so good, Natalie.
It was
So
so
good.
dramatic. I went all out with that one.
You did.
I think that coming out to myself as queer and being with a woman for the first time in my 30s, I think that there's something I think that can be learned by even straight women from sapphic romance. It, because it's like a self of like, it's like a form of externalized self-love,
Yeah.
of loving your own body in the form of somebody else's in a way that feels more, it hits like worshipfully in a different way for me. Um, and I think that there's a way to, I mean, I might just be talking out of my ass here, but I think that there's something really self-affirming about women loving women and all the flaws. It hits differently than when a man is loving those same things. Maybe it's like the inverse of women enjoying male stories and audios, that like the absence of the female form makes it like a completely safe space from like self-evaluation.
God, this is like therapy. I like male.
that's good.
I like Eminem.
But then the
But yeah.
opposite of that is female, which is like
Yeah.
intense self-reflection in a healing way. Yeah. I think that there's a sense of being seen in a different way,
Yeah.
for sure.
Who inspired you to start writing in the first place?
I just wanted to tell my story with my book, was kind of where I started. I had tried to write stuff before and never had something that I felt like I had to tell this story. And that's the point that I got to with this. And also because I read so much, there's so many books out there, wonderful books, amazing authors. I was like, what am I going to add? That's not just more books, more pages, more words. So I went super personal and told the story that I felt like I had to tell. And I try to, I mean, I keep my Quinn audios like fictional, but I think that it does inherently come like sometime, I mean, from my own perspective. And I think that's why I'm usually feeding people in my audios, because I like feeding people. There's like
No,
usually
I have
food.
noticed that. I've noticed that.
Your love language.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually like, I'm gonna cook you breakfast, or here's your smoothie, or I picked us up Thai teas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question about, is there anything, like you say you do book signings and things, is there anything something that's unexpected about you, that if like someone found out, they'd be like, really? Wow. Never would know.
I don't know. I feel like my main interests are like online. Like I like gardening, but that's not like so crazy.
Hold the phone. Natalie likes gardening.
Right? It's just so, I think the most,
Squashes are great.
I think maybe the most surprising thing about me is how sleepy and just not a partier I am. I think that sometimes
Yeah.
people think that I'm funner than I am, and I'm really super boring. I just like comfort and safety, and I'm not into parties or, and I seem fun online, but at home I'm just sleepy and
Yeah.
snuggly, and that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, if any of my friends call me and they want me to go out after 7 p.m., I'm like, what? No,
No, that
Yeah.
is jammies and popcorn and
exactly. Unless it's a
Oh,
pajama party at
yeah.
my house
Yeah.
on my sofa.
Yeah.
It's like, no, my bra's off, so I'm home for
yeah.
the night.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
100%. If these two message me after 8:30 p.m.,
We're
see
not
you
getting
later.
her.
See you never.
So you're not going to any like pride parties or anything this month?
I wanted to go because I'm close to DC to World Pride, but then I was like, with the
Oh,
crowds and the
I know.
traffic. Yeah.
So I'm sure you've heard in the past couple days the headline of the Southern Baptists wanting to overturn same-sex marriage, inspired by the conservative Christian overturning Roe v. Wade.
Mm,
So with your background, like that news like that hits me anyway. I get pissed off. I get like, Jesus, here we go. All that
mm.
time I spent fighting for these rights are now like erased. But given your background, like, does it hit differently for you?
I think it hits with less surprise than maybe for other
Oh,
people,
interesting.
because having grown up with a lot of these people, that's exactly what they have wanted and for a long time. In my book, I wrote like the kind grandparents on
Yes.
purpose
Mm-hmm.
because when I went to grad school in Texas and I was working at churches and I met some lovely boomer Texans who had completely changed their views because of a queer child that they had.
Wow.
And that really meant a lot to me because I haven't seen that, I haven't always seen that around me. And I like to see that change in people. It's nice to know that change is possible. And I appreciate the people who were patient with me when I was homophobic and
Mm-hmm.
showing up to hold signs against queer rights. I was part of that when I was a kid. Um,
Mm,
Not that I had a lot of choice, but I was there. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, it's heavy, and I hope
Yeah.
I hope that even though society is trying to overcorrect, I hope that there's enough people whose hearts have changed that something like that doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Definitely going back to the book, it was uh, like Mira was the grandparents.
Mm,
And that scene when they were round the table, Val's there for the first time with Riley,
mm,
and she goes to say something that is about her relationship with Riley and that they're
mhm.
together. And the grandmother just reaches out and just touches her on the top of the hand. People think that it's all the older generation
Right.
that have these
Yeah.
warped views
Yep.
of, queerness and what's
Yeah.
acceptable in society and religion. And it really did shine a light on the fact that it isn't all old people, it's not all middle-aged people, and it's not all young people.
And it's
You
not
know,
even Southerners, all Southerners. Like
no,
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
there was an
Okay.
amazing video that I saw at some hearing where people were showing up to speak out in the community about some transgender bathroom law or something. And there was this older Southern man who showed up. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I've seen it.
Yeah, where he gets up to the mic and he says, I showed up here today to speak out against this, but now that I've met some of these trans youth, I don't have
Mm.
anything to say and I just want to apologize. And then he just left. And it
Oh
just,
my gosh.
I
yeah,
will be putting
because
that in the show notes. It's a beautiful
yeah,
speech, he
because
says.
when you see, like you said, it's hard to hate up close. And when
Yeah.
if you truly love somebody and you see them as a person and that their queerness or their immigration status or whatever
Yes.
is just a facet of them as a human being, if
Yes.
you're a good person.
I think that's
Man.
why there needs to be that presence and more
Mm-hmm,
of the queer erotica
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
novels, narrations, audio, whatever it is,
mm-hmm,
because these environments are safe environments. So there people can express, learn,
mm-hmm,
gain insight, and that's how they're doing it.
mm-hmm,
Because I go into communities that are in the erotica spaces, whatever they are within erotica, And it's the communities that are teaching me things about things that I didn't know about
Yeah.
acceptance. Not that I wasn't, but that they're teaching people who go in there with views that are not necessarily based on any evidential fact. And
Hmm.
they're being taught these things, that these spaces are so important. These audios are so important. The narrations are so important.
Hmm.
Stories are so important.
It's blowing my mind right now because I just got off of like podcast book tour that I did so many interviews with so many book people. And honestly, I feel like this is the most deep conversation I've had about my book and queerness. And it's just, it flies in the face of everything, all the stereotypes about romance and erotica readers and listeners, for sure.
Like we were just saying, like Natalie, when you were talking about that man that went to that committee and he said what he said, even someone like my mother, like who listens to this podcast now, I was brought up very, very Christian, but she'll even be so proud of herself. I know she's listening to this, so hi, Mom. She'll send me a voice note and be like, "Oh my gosh, I loved what Kaza said. The one married to a woman," and she'll get so excited that she's so like, she's like, "I know this and this is awesome, and I'm so happy she's happy." But it's the things she's learned listening to us and things
Yeah.
I've told her that's changing perspectives a little bit, and I think that's
Yeah.
just so important.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
The ripple effect of it all, right? Like that. Like the fact that we all met through the Audio Erotica app. We have this conversation. Now, Jules, your mother, who is pretty conservative in lots of views, now listens to this,
Listens
and
to this. That's amazing.
it's like it's what they say about like how important representation is. Obviously, we know it's important, but when you can really get it. And that's why, like Natalie, I wonder, how does it feel to be, because like the audio erotica you create, this book that you wrote, um, like you are a key player in this movement, whether you kind of identify as that or not, but
Hmm.
it has to be incredibly rewarding to know, if you do know, the impact that this work has far beyond the orgasms and the pleasure in the ear.
I'm so glad. And I think I spend a lot of time recording by myself in this box that
Yeah.
I don't think about that all the time. It feels very like
Mm.
solitary and almost like I'm talking to myself in here. So
Oh,
it's nice to be reminded of that. So thank you.
for me, is when they are sharing the king size bed in the room for the first time,
Mm,
and that whole idea of, I think I'm feeling something. Should I be feeling something? I'm not really sure. It brought me back to college. I mean, like I said, I'm married to a woman. I had never been with women before her.
mm,
And it was one of those, like, when she leaned in and kissed me in college, my first thought, honestly, was, what the fuck is she doing? I'm not gay. Get out of here.
mm,
But then I didn't move. So I thought that felt nice. But it was that same kind of vibe that I sensed with Riley and Valerie of the, I'm feeling things, but I don't think I'm supposed to be feeling these things. And so, as scary as that scene felt, there was also this beautiful moment of like recognition of these feelings that you didn't know could even be there as
mm.
she's looking at Riley. So, yeah, it brought me back to that night in college. It was so nice.
Oh, I love that. Thank
Did
you.
it unearth anything in you, Natalie, when you
I
came
think I
out?
I think that writing it, I thought about the idea of I thought about the idea of thoughts and how, like, we are familiar with the concept of like masking socially, but sometimes I feel like we can mask our thoughts so that we don't even know what thought we're actually having because there's
Hmm.
something scary. So we put up another thought in the way. And I think that I was only able to see that looking back. Like, I couldn't have written that as a high schooler because I
Mm.
wouldn't have known actually the thought I was avoiding all I
Ah.
so like when she is seeing Riley and just noticing that she looks nice and that's a fine thing to notice.
Yes.
Now I can be like, "Oh, she's feeling an attraction." But back then I would just be like, I just think girls are pretty. It's fine." You know? Um so looking back through the layers of it, I think was really just interesting and fun to look back on all of the very, very queer conversations and scenarios that I was in at church camps and hotels and prayer closets that I thought were just normal thoughts that everyone was having. kind of rewriting your life story in a way to go back and kind of therapize that and think through it and realize that those things were okay and maybe that was a cute thing and not like a horrendous thing to slam the door on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh God, you just brought me back again because I was in college not knowing what I was feeling or what was happening before she was courageous enough to lean in and kiss me. I used to rent scary movies because I knew they freaked her out, and if I rented them, she would hold my hand under
You
the
would
blanket.
snuggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think, oh, this is what good friendship is like. I've just never had a really good friend before. Like, Valerie looking at Riley going, oh, I just think she looks nice, and then that's it. Same thing. I didn't give a second thought to the fact that I wanted the scary movie because I knew she'd hold my hand. I thought,
Right.
that's just because I just want to feel close to my friend.
Yeah.
So naive.
yeah. Audio erotica doesn't exist, Natalie. Narration doesn't exist. We're living in some sort of, apocalypse. What would you do if that you weren't doing that?
I think I would go into medicine, do like I used to work in a dental office. I would love to be a dentist, honestly. I like teeth.
You have beautiful teeth.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
do. You have really nice teeth.
Don't look at mine. I'm British. Don't.
Were you just
I'm
racist to
American.
yourself?
I'm so paranoid now.
When you talked about maybe working with some script writers in the future, and you also talked about how like a toxic script is tough for you to do. Do you think you could perform it if a script writer did it for you, like wrote it for you, or would the performance still be tough?
I think I could perform it, yes, if somebody wrote it for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an
Are you
actor.
exactly right? You are a voice actor.
Yeah.
What would be like 2 or 3, or even just one, but like cool tropes or avenues you'd love to go down that you just can't get yourself to write?
I do have ideas that I just haven't done yet. I really
Okay.
want to do, when I started recording audiobooks, alien abduction and alien auction houses were so big. And I was like, I want to do a sapphic version of that. That would be fun.
Ooh.
Um, and then I also thought it would be really fun to do like a sapphic impregnation audio.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
get me pregnant, but I haven't decided
Yeah.
how to do it yet. Like, are we
Ooh,
going to
you
use
could tie that in with the alien abduction. They impregnate.
I was
right?
just thinking that. Yes.
Maybe we'll do that.
Oh my
Maybe that'll
God.
happen.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
like
that's
that a
interesting.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yeah.
So something we do like to ask all of our guests and just get their perspective on it is, what is your definition of sexual freedom?
I think complete comfort and acceptance of yourself and your desires.
Mm. Is that something you feel you embody? Or are you still working on it?
I think it's still in progress. Yeah. I think it's still in
Yeah.
progress. Like, I'm very happy and I feel very fulfilled, but I feel like there's things that I'm still learning about myself all the time, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I think if you'd asked that question 20 years ago, ask me it now, it would have been two
Yeah.
separate answers as well.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's the latest revelation, Natalie, about yourself?
You know, I don't know how to do this without getting like super personal, but realizing that not desiring can be like a desire that you have too, and that that's okay. Like, it's not superior to be horny all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you know? That
Yeah.
it's okay to just not desire too.
Yep.
Or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that different shades of that are okay. I recorded a very good book about asexuality, which I don't necessarily consider myself on that spectrum, but I feel like I learned a lot from it about how we are influenced by what we think is like superior. And
Yeah.
a lot of us think that being like kinkier or more sexually active is like what makes us feel like we're more active and cool and and that it's actually just finding exactly what you want and being comfy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Every time you listen to an audio, you've got to be wanking. No, it's not. That's
yeah.
not even the case. I mean, I can
At
listen to
all.
audios a lot and have no, it can sound nice and I can enjoy it, but I don't have like a sexual urge to masturbate or to then jump on a partner, or if I had one. I'm not single. It's fine.
I mean, that's
So-
why that's why a lot of times Quinn will be like, what are you doing while you're listening to audios? And people will be like, I'm grocery shopping or I'm at the laundromat.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Grocery shopping or mowing my lawn or whatever. It's like,
To
yeah.
Natalie while you're mowing the lawn, Kaza.
Yeah. I
Well,
love that.
there's something too like intimacy, Like sometimes without that horniness and all that kind of stuff, like the intimacy is just different. Not better,
Yeah.
worse, or anything, but there's a connection, an intimate connection that is so visceral and emotional and intellectual almost
Hmm.
that is available to you when you're not just lost in like ripping each other's clothes off.
I think that there's so
Yeah.
many shades to intimacy, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure. I know that after I had my second child, just
Mm-hmm.
vaginally things weren't happy, and I just did not
Yeah.
have intercourse for a while. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I connected with my partner very deeply in different ways, and that was a really cool feeling to feel like we had like growth and connection in a different way.
It makes me think of the audio John York's series of couples therapy, where
Mm,
I think it's a three-parter or something. But the whole like first and second is like no sex. It's like it's all about a couple reconnecting
mm,
and without having sex
mm,
and how to develop that intimacy. And then I mean eventually it goes there, but
mhm.
I found those audios incredibly impactful that I thought like I could literally take some of the stuff in that audio and apply it to my relationship of like,
Mm,
oh, this is how we can deepen connection in this other way. So
yeah,
there's a whole different level of intimacy. You're right. Just like everything else, there's shades of everything. So
yeah.
But that's why
totally.
there's safer works. You know,
Hmm.
obviously I have said
Yeah.
before I'm only on these apps for the sleep aids,
Liar.
I
but
mean,
that's why there
it's
is.
definitely foremost a spicy app, and we have
Yeah.
actually like limits to how many non-spicy audios we can do. It's very few. So,
So I guess finally, I'd just be curious to know, like, do you have anything you'd like to know from the listener's perspective that we would be helpful for you to know?
oh,
You
that's a
can
great question. Um, are any of the sounds annoying?
It depends. Well, for me personally, like I haven't found any annoying sounds in yours.
Okay.
Same.
Have there been some in other audios? Yeah, but it's a preference thing. Like some people's kissing sound
Knew it.
can be too like squeaky and
Mm,
Sloppy.
pecky. No, sloppy. Bring on the sloppy. It's like I want to not sloppy that kind of stuff, but like I don't want it to sound like a peck that my grandmother's giving me on the
yes,
cheek.
I agree
Do
with
you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
So just make it sound intimate. Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah.
Actually, Natalie, I do have a question kind of with the listeners. Do you ever look at the Quinn comments?
Yeah, I do. I enjoy seeing comments. Yeah, it's
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
good.
we live there.
Well,
They're
thank
just
you so much, because otherwise I'm just like, did anybody like this? I have no
right.
idea.
You're like,
So
Yeah,
thank
hello,
you for commenting. It's very nice to get that feedback. Yeah.
good.
good.
Listeners,
Yeah, that's
comment,
something
please.
I was gonna say that's something we've learned talking to a lot of creators, like how important the comments are.
Yeah, the
Because
comments mean a lot.
you're putting out such a vulnerable piece of art that it's like, please someone listen. Like,
Yeah.
or
Tell
like
me what you
whether it's
thought.
a funny feral comment or a hey, I really loved this or could have done without that, like whatever. Just know that the creators are because I mean, we've heard talk to creators who are like, as soon as my drop goes out, I'm into the comments going, is anyone saying
Yeah.
anything?
Yes,
Yeah.
So comment, listeners, comment.
I used
comment.
to do that with my Audible reviews, and then finally I like weaned myself off of that, because then you'll get someone who like hates it, and then you spend a week like, they don't like me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Um
Oh, I need to go on and put I need to go and put a comment. I need to go and
oh my
comment.
gosh, yes, we have to. I have to go put one on
Oh yeah,
Goodreads.
yeah,
Let's
please.
do
Thank
it.
you.
Oh,
And I am a
yes.
commenter. You'll know my comments, Natalie, when you see them.
Okay.
Oh, you will know it's smudgy.
They're
Yes.
filthy, they're
No, they're not. They're
raunchy.
constructive and
Okay,
genuine is what they
they
are.
are genuine.
Honest
No,
feedback.
but that's a good point because I comment on audios, but I need to go do like reviews of the
Yeah,
book
need
in
to.
lots of
Yeah.
places because
Mhm.
But as it's my first book, I didn't realize that you could. So now I know.
Oh
What I'm
yeah,
doing.
yeah. There's Goodreads and on Amazon and all over the place. Yeah.
Goodreads is what I'm doing. Yeah, that's
but
Awesome.
everywhere it doesn't matter where you listen or buy it. Like just go write a review and everywhere.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Yeah, reviews are great, and the comments on Quinn are like the only reviews we get. So yes, they're very
Right.
appreciated.
And we also like to remind our listeners that comment on Natalie's audios, please. Make sure you mark her as a favorite because
Yes,
that
please.
matters
Thank you.
too.
yes.
Hmm.
Favorite
Not
counts.
just favoriting audios, but favorite her as a creator. I know
Yep.
from the listener's perspective, it does fuck all for us. It just creates a little library. It doesn't do anything for us, but it does a lot for the creator. So please
Yes, yes,
favorite
because
the
Quinn
creator.
views it as subscribers, and they use those counts as metrics. So
Yes, so they're important. So even though it doesn't do much for us, we can still help our favorite creators.
Exactly. Help them to help us.
We want to keep getting Natalie, which was so wild. At one point, Natalie, during this conversation, you went into a tone that it was like your narrator voice, because I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's like I'm listening to her audiobook. It was so like,
That too. That was Riley. It was like
it's such a good book, everyone. Please, like, listen to Natalie's audios on Quinn.
And on
Oh,
Patreon.
yes.
Sapphic
Listeners, look in
Sparks.
the show notes for all of this amazing information.
Yeah, so Sapphic Sparks on Patreon. Yep,
Yep.
we'll have that all in the show notes. We'll have all your socials in the show notes, your Patreon, your book.
Thank you so much for
Awesome.
having me. This has been
Thank
lovely.
you,
I really
Natalie.
appreciate it.
Natalie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for writing and audioing and everything else.
Narrating.
Because yeah. See, I've lost the ability to pick out an actual word from the dictionary now.
Okay,
I gotta say,
audioing makes
Smudge,
sense.
I think this is we've interviewed a lot of creators. I gotta say, this is the first time that Smudge is like fumbly. Like you are fangirling in a way more than when even Orcus was on.
I was
He's
just
your
about to
dude.
say, not even Orcus got you.
Can't help it. I can't. The book, it was fabulous. Sorry, it just was. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, listeners, that is a heterosexual atheist
Yes.
who is so moved by this
Anyway,
book.
thank
That's
you
telling
so
you
much,
something.
Natalie.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Natalie, wait, we have breaking news.
Quinn just posted something called Voice Actors on Voice Actors, and I just saw a name on there.
Oh, yeah. Is it out? Okay.
And it
Yeah.
may say Natalie Naudus is on there with Julian
You
Kahn.
cheeky
Yeah.
man.
What?
So yeah, it says Voice Actors on Voice Actors, June 16th, Natalie Naudus and Julian Kahn. Then Nick Meyer and Sweets, Noble Mersey, and then Emmanuel Ingram and Hector.
Yeah. So I was just in LA and we filmed all that, but they
Oh.
told us it wasn't like public yet. So to not tell anybody.
Right.
Yeah. So I got to meet all those people. It was great.
That's
Cool.
so cool.
So voice act. So you and Julian like interviewed each other. Is that what
Mhm.
it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It was genuinely so fun.
Yeah.
To meet the other creators, and they're all such like smart people that had so many interesting things to say and talk about. It made me like proud to be part of that group because they're really cool people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
we just had Hecky Bear on the show, so we did it with him a couple of weeks ago, and yeah,
Love him
he's
so
just
much.
lovely.
He's lovely. Yeah.
Oh,
Really? Was this the first time for you to meet them in person?
Mhm.
This whole crew?
oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
How
cool.
fun. It's the 16th. It's okay. I'm excited
Yeah,
to hear.
cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for it to come out. We had a really good time.
Oh,
And that's such a boost of confidence because if Quinn's inviting you to be part of that, clearly they see the value in
Yeah.
having you.
Hopefully they're gonna keep me around. So
yes.
yeah. Thank you all so much. This was lovely. Really. Thank you.
Oh, good. Take care.
All right.
Amazing.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that was our chat with Natalie. How fucking cool was she?
Well, I didn't get too excited, did I?
Smudgy,
mean-
really.
Smudgy. I'm
Like-
obsessed with you right now.
I'm genuinely embarrassed how fangirly
Embarrassed.
and fangirly I became. I couldn't speak.
But I know we
And-
talked about it, but I do think it's fucking cool that like a heterosexual atheist was so moved by this book. Like it just speaks to the power of like it's important to read stuff like this that is just not in your wheelhouse typically, but now you get it on a whole different level.
Absolutely. And how cool is it while we were recording it all and all of a sudden we find out that Natalie is going to be on the Quinn voice actor on voice actor. How cool.
I'm so excited. Like I can't. It was just such perfect timing that they announced it during our chat with her.
Oh my gosh, listeners, it was just like a total. We were wrapping up the conversation. We were done. We were just about to say goodbye. And Jules put her hand up and was like, hold on, guys. I just got a notification and it was voice actor on voice actor and Natalie was in it.
Yeah, and Natalie was like, "Oh, good, I can talk about it now." Like now that Quinn's posted
Yes,
it.
And we did.
Yes, and we did. It just
So
yeah.
who else? Who
so
else,
great.
Jules, is it?
So we have on June 16th, we have Natalie Naudus, and she will be with Julian Kahn.
Oh, cool.
Exciting. I know, Julian.
Yeah.
June 23rd will be Nick Meyer and Sweets.
Oh,
That's sweet
Midas.
Yes. June 30th will be Noble and Mersey. Very
Oh,
exciting.
that'll be
That
good.
Yeah,
will be
that'll
good.
cool.
Yep.
And I'm really excited for this one. July 7th will be Emmanuel Ingram and Hector, Hecky Bear.
Oh,
Hecky
Hecky Bear. We love our Hecky Bear.
Oh,
Okay,
so
so how
exciting.
fun. We've had a lot of them on our podcast.
We have.
Let's make some
Such a
sweets.
great concept as well. Such a great concept.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
such a great idea. This is awesome.
Because-
I'm really excited to see this. This is really cool.
This is gonna be fun. All right, so another episode of Quincast hit the spotlight in the bag, featuring Natalie Naudus. It was so cool.
So
So
cool.
thanks everybody for listening. You know the deal. Please comment, share, rate, post, talk to us. And we will be back again with another exciting episode before you know it. In the meantime, this has been Kaza. Your voice matters.
This has been Jules. Go put those lips to good use.
And this has been Smudge. Keep wanking.